E-Butter go crazy.
Country need another one. They like country need another one. Quasi going crazy.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Turn me up, Jay.
Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, bout to terrorize. Step. If you ain't hating, nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Get my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga. I get a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the bra on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit.
Country for life in this bitch.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Turn me up, Jay.
I'm like Block Boy, look alive, look alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the skies. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga gon' bust it down. Tryna count the money, damn homie, I done lost track of their mind. Turn me up, this that hot shit, it was kinda looking like a drop. I don't do this for you got some bands on it. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some racks on it. Okay, turn me up. They don't wanna smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act, a bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy, I make them turn me.
YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy T, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is going to be on 10 boom or bust players that I'm going to talk about. So you can be watching those guys for week 1 to make your lineup according to the next week. So we need to watch these guys. Now, listen, there's more than 10 guys out there that you need to be watching. But these are 10 guys that I've been high on that I think we should be watching to see how we're going to reflect next week and how we're going to play these guys according to what we got on our bench. So, guys, with no further ado, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said. This is cutting edge content. So let's begin. Let me get to the comic section. Yes, sir. Let me see here. We got CHB in the building. He says, bruh, I'm going to need that link to the opening to that opening track. Fire. Thank you, bruh. Thank you. I'm gonna send that to you. I'll send that to you. And let me see. Nifty in the house. What's going on, Nifty? He says facts, sound. Thank you. And Charlene says, good evening, TD. Good evening, Charlene. Yes, always showing support. I appreciate you always being here, Charlene. And Nifty says facts. Track going crazy. Yes, sir. Mr. Anderson. What's going on, bruh? TD on the track. Yes, sir. J Pitt. There you go. Guys. Hey, listen. J Pitt, won't you come into the live? Send me a text message if you want to come into the live. Guys, this is a guy I signed with. We doing music and fantasy football together. So I've been waiting for him to have time to come up. Guys, he the one sent me the track, and I'm going to be introducing artists through fantasy football. Guys, I'm on some hybrid type stuff. You tell me one platform that got fantasy football and you got music. Now, you do see the Breakfast Club. They do that, but that's not fantasy football. That's kind of like a sports thing in rap. This is going to be fantasy football and rap, and also just artists, R&B, whatever, guys. But he will be, Piff will be coming up here and talking about some of his artists and also talking fantasy football with us. He says, Trey Scales, he opened the show with your song. Yes, sir. And B Growing, what's going on, B Growing? He said, yo, what up, TD? What up, bruh? And Mr. Anderson said, hit that like. Yes, sir. Hit that like button. And CHB says, best fantasy channel, pound for pound, like Mike Tyson. Yes, sir. So, guys, before we get started with the 10 players, I want to give a little synopsis. I want to give a little breakdown. So, guys, I had a guy that hit me up in the chat, and I didn't think this was necessarily a troll. This is a guy that's been following me for probably about a couple months, and he talked to me about, he had said something about 2 or 3 months ago about Josh Reynolds, and I had told him, I said, man, I'm not worried about no Josh Reynolds. I said, I'd rather draft Khalif Raymond. And so he took it as, according to what he was saying in the comment section, he took it as, I'm playing Khalif Raymond and Josh Reynolds is like Khalif Raymond is like some big time guy that I'm starting. I'm like, bro, I'm not drafting no Josh Reynolds. So I want y'all to know, guys, when I tell you about players that are like low down on the totem pole, you can draft those guys if you want to. Josh Reynolds would never be able to get him to my lineup. So I'm going to tell y'all not to draft those guys. You shouldn't be having to start no Josh Reynolds on your team. Now, listen, if Josh Reynolds is a top 24 wide receiver, then I would stand corrected. But him being a top 35 or top 40 wide receiver, no, I got a bunch of more players better. So I just want to let y'all know and be symmetrical with y'all to let y'all know, listen, just because I tell you to fade a guy, don't draft him, doesn't mean that if he go out and have a good game that I was wrong. I just want to give you that context. So I don't want to talk above and beyond that. I got to get context. Okay. So let's begin, guys. So the first guy that I'm going to talk about is James Cook. Yes, guys, James Cook. And the reason why I'm talking about James Cook, we need to watch and see how he plays against this really good defense, the Jets. I believe this is a James Cook game. James Cook is going to get on guys like C.J. Mosley, which is a middle linebacker for the Jets, and also Quentin Williams, and he's going to be beating these guys in pass routes. So that's why I like James Cook. When Buffalo play tough games, James Cook is going to be the guy that they're going to use. He's one of the fastest, most explosive players outside of Stephon Diggs on this team. So be watching James Cook. Guys, if he show off against New York Jets, I'm sorry, not the Giants, but the Jets, this guy's going to be a top 12 running back like I predicted him to be. Hold me accountable on James Cook, not a guy that's way, way out there top 60, right? Give me James Cook. So James Cook go out there and he's not a top 24 running back, or if he's top 12, he's top 13, I'll take that and going against the Jets. But I don't think he's going to be outside the top 24 at least. And he's going to catch a lot of passes, especially in PPR. So, guys, be looking at James Cook. One more guy that I'm going to talk about before I get to a comment is DK Metcalf. Yes, got DK Metcalf, and I love DK Metcalf. And I drafted DK Metcalf over a lot of wide receivers in the late second, and early third round. And also late third round if he failed. DK Metcalf, guys, is going to get a lot of honey touches. And when I say honey touches, that's green zone passes. So when they on the 5-yard line, you might think Zach Charbonnet or Kenneth Walker going to get there. I don't believe so. DK Metcalf is making the most money on this team. So when they get down to the red zone, they're going to throw that fade route to DK, Geno and DK. Now, Tyler Lockett is good. He's a good PPR guy. He gets separation. But DK is going to get at least 15 red zone opportunities to score touchdowns this year. Last year, he led the league, and I think it was like 17 red zone, green zone opportunities that he had to score touchdowns. And that's what I want on my team. That's why I love DK. DK is a hybrid different type of wide receiver, like a tight end, big guy. He don't run great routes. He don't need to. He's strong. So be watching for DK. Next, guys, is Daniel Jones. I said what I said is Daniel Jones. And the reason why I think you need to be watching for Daniel Jones this week, if he goes out and he beats that Cowboys defense, if he beats that Cowboys defense, I said what I said. He's going to be a top 5 quarterback, not a wide receiver, quarterback. He's going to be a top 5 quarterback. And I think he has the chance to be number 1 and also be an MVP candidate. I don't care if Darren Waller is out. You know what? And I say this very genuinely. I don't wish no injury on nobody. I'm glad Darren Waller is out because I ain't got to hear nothing in the comment section. Nobody saying, or people just chastise me. Well, he's only good because of Darren Waller and Saquon Barkley. No, this guy's going to be good because he's developing into a top echelon quarterback. So I don't care nothing about no Darren Waller. Now I want that stat. But be watching out for Jalen Hyatt. Play Jalen Hyatt in the flex. That's neither here nor there. I ain't got Jalen Hyatt on this list. But if Darren Waller is out, you play Jalen Hyatt. I said what I said. So, guys, hold me accountable for all the players that I'm going to talk about and why I'm going to talk about them. Hold me accountable for these guys because these are the guys that I told y'all that are going to be good. Remember, I told y'all about Amon-Ra St. Brown. Right now, he's the number 1 wide receiver. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say he's going to be number 1 with 21 points, 19 points, according to your scoring format. But you know he ain't going to be outside no top 12, not with no 19, 20 points. So I'm already ahead of the chain already. And, guys, if he didn't play the bad, you know what I'd have had to take? If he had a bad game, you know what type of victory I would have had to take, which is fine. But hey, he hit. So these are the guys that I want y'all to hold me accountable for. These these guys can boom or bust, but hold me accountable. Let me see what's going on in the comment section. Okay. Yeah, hit me up, Jay. Hit me up, bro, if you want to come on the live. Let me see. Okay, yeah, if you want to come on the live, bro, just hit me up. Okay. Let me see. Charlene says, what happened with Rashee Rice in the second half of the game? He had the hot hand. You cannot count on any wide receiver on this team outside of Travis Kelce. Running, I told y'all, look at Isaiah Pacheco. He had a big play, got him down there to the 1 yard line, and they took him out and gave it to Kadarius Toney. You only people that you can play on this team on fantasy is Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Now that's dependent. Now, if you want to get cute, they got a lot of get cute guys. I'm telling you, this is the cutest team in the NFL. Pause. This is the cutest team in the NFL. Pause. So what I'm saying is you can play Rashee Rice. You can even play Kadarius Toney. You can play Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You can play Jerick McKinnon. You can play Justin Ross. You can play MVS. These guys can all have good games, but they don't need these guys. But Pat Mahomes are going to always get an opportunity to throw it in around the red zone and the green zone because this is a Pat Mahomes team, and they want him to stat his pats. Stat his stats. Pat his stats. Guys, I'm sorry about that. I can't get that out. They want him to pad his stats. So he's going to be getting opportunities to throw for 40 touchdowns, 50 touchdowns, 40 touchdowns, 50 touchdowns. So, and Travis Kelce. Other than that, guys, you can't rely on none of these guys. But Rashee Rice is going to be a good stash guy. And if you got to play a wide receiver in a bye week or something like that, you pick him up. And Kale says, how you feel about Elijah Moore? I like Elijah Moore, but I'm not necessarily starting him this week. It just depends on who I got on my team. If I got upper echelon wide receivers like Brandon Ayuk and let me see, just trying to think of guys. I'm playing them over I'm playing Elijah Moore over all of the Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers, but I'm not playing them over like Brandon Ayuk. I'm just trying to think of some tiers. He's a flex start. If you need to start him, you can, but don't play him over like the upper echelon guys, the top 15 guys, top 16 guy. I think he's a top 24 wide receiver, maybe 24, 25. So you can play him, but just give me a comparison. Tell me who you're trying to play him over. Nifty. He says Josh Reynolds should have never been an option. I know, bro. I know, but the guy, he attacked me. And he said, hey, man, you telling people bad advice. And it felt very, very personal. I could tell this, and it doesn't matter about, like, race, but I could tell this was an African-American dude trying to attack me. I'm like, bro, you start your own YouTube channel. Don't be mad at me. Why are you trying to hold me accountable for Josh Reynolds? Like, Amon-Ra had a good game. I told everybody to pick Amon-Ra. You ain't said nothing about Amon-Ra. You want to come at me about Khalif Raymond and Josh Reynolds? A stash player? Wow. Yep, Trey Scales. What's going on, bro? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. I think, who is this? Is that Country? I think that's Country to God. That's the guy music that I'm playing. Let me know, JP, if that's him. What's up, bro? Glad to see you here. If you want to come on the live, you're welcome to it, bro. Okay. And Nifty says Rashee Rice was a sleeper for me. Yes. Rashee is a sleeper. That's what he is. And he probably going to have a good solid role where you can play him in the flex at the end of the season. But you just can't rely on any of the Kansas City Chiefs to be like a top guy outside of Travis Kelce. They don't need guys to do that for their team. JP and Travis Looney said, what's up, bro? What's going on, bro? What's going on? And Conscious Machine, he said, hey. And Jake says, life and sports talk with Jake. Life and sports talk with Jake. What's good, bro? He says, James Cook. Yes, sir. I'm high on James Cook. And CHB says, Josh Reynolds wouldn't even make my bitch in a 16-man league. I know, man. I know, bro. And Conscious Machine says, I played Sky Moore in my 2 flex. Someone wake me up. No, bro, ain't nothing wrong with that. Now you know what he is. Hey, I played him in 1 league. Now, I didn't draft a lot of Sky Moore because y'all know I ain't made no videos and told y'all to stash no Sky Moore. I said he was okay, but I wasn't on him. And guys, he might be one of the sorriest wide receivers. And I hate calling guys sorry because this guy is a professional player that got drafted, that had a good college career. So I don't like saying guys suck. I rarely say a guy suck. And the reason why I don't say guys are suck, I played the game, and because I'm not an 8, and I'm not gonna sit around and tell a guy he sucked when I'm not in shape and I can't play like I played. Now, when I was in my heyday, I would have gave him the truth. I was, bro, I run you over, you weak, but I can't. I'm not on that. I'm not like a shape anymore. So, but I'm not tell Scott Moore. It might be too late to trade him, and I apologize to you, bro, by me not telling you to trade this guy. I don't want him. Scott Moore is. No, he might get cut after this year. Hey, I'm betting on all punters on tomorrow. He said I'm betting on all punters. And Conscious Machines, I got hired, and I've said all preseason, forget Waller. I feel you, bro. I like Waller, but I'm playing Hyatt and Waller when they healthy. Waller's gonna be all right. As long as he don't blow his hamstring out and tear it up, he gonna be fine. Just give him a chance to have a break. They gonna use him right. He gonna be okay. Nifty says, can't wait for Daniel Jones to prove that is wrong. Come on, Nifty. Come on, Nifty. Yes, sir. All right, guys, let's get back to my top 10 list, and I get to some of the rest of the comments. Guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. Okay. So, my number 4 guy that you should be watching and paying attention in case he have a boom or bust week, and I think it's going to have a boom week, is Antonio Gibson. I said what I said, Antonio Gibson. The reason why I like Antonio Gibson, guys, is because he's playing against the weakest defense in the league, and he's going to catch a lot of passes. Did y'all see how they was using Jerick McKinnon and Clyde Edwards-Helaire? That's going to be Antonio Gibson role. Now, the Pacheco role couldn't be Brian Robinson role, and that's okay. But you see what they did. They got down into the green zone and took Pacheco out. So I'm not saying Eric Bieniemy is going to play just the way the Kansas City plays it, but I believe they can. And I believe that Antonio Gibson, if he makes a big play, they're going to give him an opportunity to punch it in if he don't score on a big play. So if he get down there on the 1 or 2 yard line, I think Antonio Gibson gets that opportunity. So I like Antonio Gibson this week, guys. I'm playing him in DFS. That's all I can say. I'm watching him. This is a big week. Now, listen, if Brian Robinson get all the 100 touches and Gibson only get like 6 targets, then I might be wrong about Gibson and I have to move off of him. And I might play him 1 more week after that. But if he don't get no honey touches and they give it all to Brian Robinson, then what I told y'all about Antonio Gibson this year, I can be completely wrong. Next, number 5 is A.J. Dillon. Yes, guys, A.J. Dillon. The reason why I think you should be watching A.J. Dillon, they're playing against the Bears, is because especially with Christian Watson being out, A.J. Dillon's going to get a lot of goal line honey touches. He's like Brian Robinson, except that it's going a little bit different. They trying to get A.J. Dillon the ball because of his draft capital. He's a second-round big-time back that slows the clock down, where Eric Bieniemy don't want to slow the clock down. He want to get guys out in space. So if it was vice versa, if Eric Bieniemy coached for the Green Bay Packers, then I would be on Aaron Jones because he likes to get guys out in space. So I believe that A.J. Dillon is going to get at least 2 rushing touchdowns if they can move the ball and get it on the 5-yard line. You won't be able to stop A.J. Dillon this year on the 5-yard line. They need him to run tough like he did a year before. Not last year, but the year before that, which is, I think, was his rookie season. So, guys, I love A.J. Dillon. Make sure that if you have A.J. Dillon and you need a flex play, it's okay to put him over there. I would play A.J. Dillon over Elijah Moore. That's just me. Now, I'm not saying Elijah Moore is garbage in anything. Elijah Moore is a good start for week 1. Great start. But also A.J. Dillon is a good start, too, because I want that running back carries, that fall-in touchdown. All right, one more before I get to the next comment. Number 6 is B. John Robinson. Yes, guys, B. John Robinson. And the reason why you should be watching and monitor B. John Robinson for week 1 is to see what he's going to do as a rookie. Now, you saw what Jahmyr Gibbs did. They was kind of little, he's a rookie. We don't want to run him in the ground. But listen, Jameer Gibbs is about 15 pounds to 20 pounds lighter than Bijan. That's why I told y'all to take Bijan number 1 overall if you're in a standard league, or if you just want to take him because you want a running back. Bijan Robinson was the guy to take over CMC. So if I had to take a number 1 overall player and I got and CMC is there, I'm not taking. I'm taking Bijan. But this week, if Bijan get used like Jameer Gibbs, I'm in trouble. I said what I said. I told y'all to draft Bijan. So he ain't gonna. What happened to Jameer Gibbs? It ain't gonna happen with Bijan. Now Jameer Gibbs is gonna be better going forward. But this week, I believe the Bijan is gonna be booming in week 1, playing against the Panthers. He's gonna catch the passes that Jameer Gibbs caught, and he's also gonna be getting used like David Montgomery. Tyler Algier will have carries too. Tyler Algier will get 10 carries, but Bijan Robinson should get 15 touches. He should get 15 touches, and he's gonna catch a lot of passes. All right, so let me get to some of the questions. Kale says, how you feel about Elijah Moore? I think I already asked that question. Like I said, I think he's okay. He's an okay start. He's solid. Morton, what's going on, Morton? Glad to see you here, bro. He says flex. Have people Damian Pierce, Khalil Herbert, or Dotson. Bro. So it's gonna be between Damian Pierce and Dotson. I'm gonna get a little cute because I usually don't tell guys to play wide. When it's close, I usually go to the running back. But just because Houston are playing the Baltimore Ravens and they have a good run defense, I'm going to go to Dotson because I love Dotson this week. He has a honey matchup. He's going against Arizona that has weak corners, especially number 2 corner. And Dotson's the best wide receiver on his team. I said what I said. He's the best wide receiver on the Commanders. So I'm going to say Dotson by slightly over Damian Pierce. But, bro, you need to have Damian Pierce out there, especially in half-point PPR. Usually, especially in half-point PPR, I like to go with the running backs. But Dotson, man, his matchup is so lovely. I got to say Dotson. But try to get Damian Pierce out there, bro. Try to get him out there. Even though he don't have a great matchup, you need to have him out there. He's a premium back. He's a top 12 back, if you ask me. Conscious Machine. He says, hit that like button. Yes, sir. He said, y'all hit the like. Takes 1 second. Yes, sir. Hit the like button. Conscious Machine says, I may drop Sky for Malik Heath. Get ready for Heath, folks. I feel you, brother. I wouldn't drop him quite yet. Not for Malik yet. A-Gang Rizzo, he says, Deontay Dotson or Mostert, PPR. Again, bro, I like Mostert. But I'm going to have to go with Dotson. And it's close. It's close. I like Dotson. But Mostert's going to have a good game, too. Mostert's going to have a good game. Deontay, I don't know about that. Deontay's going to get a lot of targets, but I don't know if I'm not playing him over Dotson or Mostert. So I always say I'm going to rank him like this, bro. I'm going to go with Dotson, Mostert, and then Deontay. Dollar Bill, y'all. Bro, what's up? Okay, he said that's him. Yeah, bro. Hey, guys, that song that you were just listening, that was Country to God. He's on the line. Appreciate you, bro. Y'all go check him out. Hey, post some of your links in the comment section, bro. And Arthur, what's going on, Arthur? He says, what's up, bro? What's going on? Appreciate you being here, man. And Kale says, Christian Watson out. It's either Nico Collins or Elijah Moore. Ooh, that's going to be tough. I'm going to go with Elijah Moore over Nico. I need to see CJ Stroud play a little bit. I need to see now. Next week, it might be different because Nico is a number 1 wide receiver, but CJ is a young quarterback playing against the Baltimore Ravens. So I'm going to go with Elijah Moore over Nico. Marv G, he says, Surrey played Plows, bro. Surrey played Plows. Surrey played Plows. Okay. And Shaw, what's up, bro? He says, what up, TD? It's your boy, Shaw. What's going on, bro? He says, good luck this year. Got a different YouTube account. Okay, no problem, bro. And JP says, TDA, Sanders is definitely in early. Play for the Heisman. Yes, he is. I'm picking him for the Heisman. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. JP says, Trey Scales is country to God. Yes, guys. That's country to God. The guy that music that y'all hear, that y'all think is fire, that's him. He's in here. Trey Scales. Appreciate that, bro. Y'all need to come up and get on the live, man. Introduce yourselves. Your service nervous. Okay. I don't know what that means. Okay. So let me see. Charlene, he says, to resolve the coach running back problems, use Pittman like the to resolve the coach running back problems, use Pittman like the like that. I don't know. I know I'm starting Pittman and Alec Pierce this week because they don't have anything else. So I'm starting both of them to see what it's going to be. So if you got Pittman, you can start him at the flex. You got Alec Pierce, you can start him as a flex. And the running backs, I'm not really starting none of those guys. Lindell, what's up, bro? He said, TD, my brother, what's good? What's good, bro? Ali Baba, what's up, bro? He says, 10-man PPR, Arch and Lead. Have Hawk and Andrews. Just traded Andrews for Jahmyr Gibbs and David Njoku. I like that. And as long as you didn't have Lamar. But I like Jahmyr Gibbs and David Njoku. Those are some upscale guys that's going to be good going forward. I like that, bro. That's a nice trade. I'm not big on Hawk. Andrews is volatile. I told y'all that all year. Now when he's out there on the field, he can play, but he's volatile. He's older. The Joker. He says pick 2, full PPR. Alexander Madison, Brandon Ayuk, Raheem Mostert, Khalil Herbert. I'm going Brandon Ayuk and Raheem Mostert. I'm going Brandon Ayuk and Raheem Mostert. Ali says Jamal Williams, Antonio Gibson, or Mostert. I'm going Mostert over Gibson. It's close, but I'm going with Mostert over Gibson this week. He has no Jeff Wilson. So I'm going to go with Mostert over Antonio Gibson this week. Raja, what's up, bro? He says, I got offered Josh Jacobs and OBJ for Mixon and Marvin Williams, my team right. So, bro, when I do those questions, those has to be membership questions. Like when it's long and you talk about who you got offered for, if it was short, I would do it. So, like I said, I'm going to do it this time. Usually I do about one in each comment section, and then I'm going to move on from it. Let me see. You said you got offered Josh Jacobs and OBJ for Mixon and Marvin Williams, Mike Williams. My team right now is Herbert, Mixon, Pollard, CD Water, Will Gardner, bench, Boyd Davis, and Swift. Yeah, that's solid, bro. That's a solid one. Ali says OBJ is washed. He could be. OBJ could be washed. Be growing. He says my running back situation isn't strong. I started Pacheco. I'm starting Dalvin Cook in my flex over guys like Zay Flowers, Nico Collins, Elijah Moore, Romeo Dobbs, and Deion Jackson. Thoughts? I'm starting Dalvin Cook in my flex. No, I would start Zay Flowers over Dalvin Cook. Now, listen, Dalvin Cook is the starting running back. So if you don't got a better running back than that, then don't do that. Right now, looking at your team, man, I like Flowers over all those guys. That's just me. I don't want to be disingenuous to your team because if you drafted Dalvin Cook early over Zay Flowers, then play Dalvin Cook, especially week 1. So there's nothing wrong with playing Dalvin Cook. It's not a bad. It's not always a skin of cat. Me, I'm playing Zay Flowers. I'm trying to get him out there on my lineup. But Dalvin Cook you probably drafted him in the 4th or 5th round. So I'm not going to just tell you to bench your groceries like that. So if you need to play a Dalvin Burber, that's okay. I just like Zay Flowers upside a little bit more. Ali says, give cylinders through the roof. It is. Yes, it is. And Charlene says, sorry about that sin. It's okay. Use Pittman like Debo Samuels years ago at running back wide receiver position. I don't think Pittman's that type of player, though, Charlene. Guys, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I don't think he's that type of player, Charlene. So I get what you're saying, but he's not a hybrid. They need a hybrid on that team. All right, I'm going to do one more question, then I'm going to get to the rest of my list. Retrograde. What's going on, Retro? He says, unfortunately, I have to start A-Chain or Agil tomorrow. Who would you choose? Woo! I would go with Algier. Bruh. Okay. All right, let me get to my list. Number 7, guys, is Brandon Ayuk. I said what I said, Brandon Ayuk. And the reason why, guys, I like Brandon Ayuk this week, and they're going against the Steelers, guys, I think he's the best route runner on this team. Now, listen, Debo is a better overall player. Don't get it. I don't care what anybody say. I like those type of hybrid guys. He's hard to tackle. But to me, PPR, catching balls, going down the field, which is what they're trying to do this year to change up the offense. They just don't want to give a bunch of gadget plays to Debo the whole game. I think that Brandon Ayuk is going to have 6 or 7 catches, and he can possibly have a catch a touchdown because the guy route running is good, especially with George Kittle being hurt. So I like Brandon Ayuk. Be watching him, guys. If he outperforms Debo or both of them perform at a top 24 wide receiver level, we know what we got, right? So that's what we're watching this week. We monitoring those 2 guys. So I like Brandon Ayuk. All right, going on to my number 8 guy is Cam Akers. Now listen, the reason why I'm talking about Cam Akers, we need to find out if Cam Akers is going to be a top RB as far as is he going to get the carries and the opportunities. And I think he is. And he's going against Seattle, which is not it wasn't a great run defense last year. It might be better this year. So I think Cam Akers, guys, if he goes out and he gets all the honey touches, I like him going forward. Now, if he split with Kyren Williams in the green zone, then maybe I'm a little bit nervous about Cam Akers. But I think Cam Akers is going to be a solid running back. I don't think anybody's going to take his goal line opportunities. That's the only thing we want. He's going to catch a few passes, but we want him to get all the goal line opportunities when they do move the ball into that green zone area. All right. 2 more guys. My number 9 guy is Michael Thomas. Yes, guys, Michael Thomas. Now, listen, I told a lot of you not to draft Chris Olave. Not that Chris Olave sucks. Chris Olave is a speed guy that can run good routes. He's a good player. He can start, and he's going to get a nice bag when his contract come up. But I'm not playing him on this offense with Michael Thomas and also especially when Alvin Kamara comes back. Now, this week, with Alvin Kamara being out, he probably going to be really good for you. But I think Michael Thomas is the guy to get on this team. I think Michael Thomas is going to get the red zone and the green zone opportunities as a wide receiver. Why would you bring Michael Thomas back for 4 catches? You should just move on, let Michael Thomas go, draft you another wide receiver, and hyper-target Chris Olave. No, you re-sign Michael Thomas, you redo his deal, and so you're going to use him. You know what type of Kyle's Blanche he has. You know you don't want him to cause problems on your team because he's not getting the targets. So you brought him back for a reason. I think he leads this team in targets. So this week is going to be a good week to monitor to see who get more targets, Michael Thomas or Chris Olave, especially in the green zone. Now, Chris Olave get more targets out in the middle of the field, I don't care. But when they get down there in that red zone and I see Michael Thomas get a chance to score a touchdown, that's all I want. All right, guys, last but not least, number 10 guy is Zay Flowers. Yes, guys, Zay Flowers. And the reason why I like Zay Flowers, I believe he can be the number 1 wide receiver over ODB and Rashad Bateman. So this is the game to find out. Now, if he don't get a lot of targets this game, that don't mean it's over, but I'm still watching. That let me know if I can play him in the flex like next week. Now, if this week he don't get number like 3 targets, I'm not playing him. But if he get like 6 or 7 targets, I'm playing this guy in the flex or a wide receiver 3. All right, guys, let me get to the rest of the comments. A-Game says, good looking out. Anytime, bro. And Marv G says, Queen City in the building. Yes, sir. 704 North Charlotte, North Carolina. Stand up. Yes, sir, bro. I'm from North Carolina, too. Yes, sir. What you know about Charlotte Independence? When I was in school, they was killing. Hakeem Nicks, Brandon Spikes, Mohammed Massacoy, Wesley Mendez. He says, love your content, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. And TZ, what's up, bro? Showing support to the channel. He says, starting Akers as RB2 with Cup out. Feeling, I don't know. Laugh out loud. What chances Akers balls out? I think he gets a fall-in touchdown. That's all you need, right? If he can have a David Montgomery game, that's okay. That's what you drafted at his ADP. He needs a David Montgomery game to hit his ADP. You don't need him to go 30 points, 40 points, but if he does, we know what we got. I think that's a good start with Akers. I think that's a good start for RB2. Ignitus, what's up, bro? He said Jahan Dotson or DJ Moore need upside. Bro, you got to go with DJ Moore. Listen, I like Jahan Dotson over DJ Moore. I'm going to tell you that right now. I didn't draft no DJ Moore, but I'm not going to tell you to play no Jahan Dotson just because I didn't draft no DJ Moore. I don't make content like that. I understand everybody's not on the same players that I am, and I don't want you to be. We all like our players. So if you draft a guy in the first 3 to 4 rounds that you like, you don't sit him for no bench guy, especially week 1. So go ahead and play DJ Moore. But to me, Jahan Dotson is going to have a better game. That's asking me. But I'm not going to tell you to bench no DJ Moore. Now, if it was a lower tier guy, then I was like, yeah, that's easy. Jahan Dotson is a start automatically. But not when it comes up to DJ Moore. DJ Moore got too much draft capital, and he's a wide receiver 1. Silence. He says, what up, bro? What up, bro? And Raja, he said, sorry about that, bro. No, you good, bro. Listen, it's different this year. You good. That's why ain't no disrespect, man. I appreciate you taking it lightly and not getting mad. Most people will get mad and get out the chat. But no, bro, I'm just, this year, you got to at least sign up as the $1 membership. And I put it in the chat. Let me see. Maybe it's still there. Yeah. So I put it in the chat. Guys, sign up as a member. It's a $1 member tier. And that way, you're going to automatically get your comment read out, no matter if you want me to rate your team or trade. But if you're not a membership, I can't read out no long trade type value. It just takes too much time. Appreciate you being here, though, bro. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content, guys. Tyler, what's going on? I'm sorry, Tyler. Trey, what's going on, bro? I ain't got my glasses on. What's going on, Trey? He says Burrow or Herbert week 1. Bro, so let me tell you this before I pick a guy. You shouldn't be making those type of decisions. And I get it. Some people play in 8-man leagues or 10-man leagues. And so they have to kind of choose between quarterbacks and running backs and wide receivers every single week. Me, I don't play fantasy that way. So I'm not going to go to the waiver wires just because I see something that looks nice on it and set my guy. I'm like this. I'm kind of like in a relationship. If I got a girl, we together, we doing our thing, just because Holly Berry walked by, I'm not going to leave my family to go to Holly Berry. I'm not doing it. I got my girl. She been with me. I drafted her. She chose me. I'm rocking with her all the way out. Don't go with the next flashy thing that walks by you. So to me, you should be having to choose between Burrow and Herbert. You need to make a trade, or you need to go have your quarterback 1 and just play him. So right now, I'm going to go with Herbert because I think Herbert has a better matchup against Miami, and Burrow had an injury, and he's playing against Cleveland, which Cleveland has been whooping them a lot lately. So I'm going to go with Herbert. But I don't think you should. I think if you got Burrow, you need to be playing him. If you got Herbert, you need to be playing him. I wouldn't choose between these guys depending on matchup. These guys are matchup proof. These are matchup proof guys. Trey says Tyler Lockett, Michael Thomas, or Miles Sanders week 1. I'm going with Michael Thomas. If it's full PPR, I'm going with Michael Thomas. But if it's half PPR, you can go with Miles Sanders. If it's standard, you can go with Miles Sanders. But my best guy right now that I think out of that list, I'm going with Michael Thomas all day. Lindell, he says support the channel and become a member. Yes, sir. Thank you, Lindell. Thank you. Hey, Linda, if you want to, you allowed to post the links. You a moderator, bro. You should be a moderator. So yeah, post the links if you want to. Post the links to some of like the membership link and the Cash App link, whatever you want to, whatever links that can help out the channel, bro. Appreciate you, bro. That boy been following me for a while. Listen, guys, that guy know fantasy. That guy knows fantasy. Listen, I don't claim to know I don't claim to know everything, right? I think I'm better than anybody, right? Just like we all play fantasy to win. But I'm not going to act like I know a lot more fantasy than this guy. This guy is very, very intelligent when it comes to fantasy. I learned a lot from this guy. Lindell says, what is your analysis on Mahomes without Kelsey? What Mahomes dealt with Thursday night, Daniel Jones had to deal with his whole career. Thank you. You're right, Lindell. You're right. People going to find out this year Jones is that dude. You're right, bro. So listen. I thought I believe that Mahomes had a fantastic game. So, guys, there's different types of games. There's a fantasy game. There's you watching it as a fan game, and then there's a coach game. The coach game, Mahomes graded out probably as an A-. He only missed 2 throws. He missed the one where he threw it behind Kadarius Toney, and then I think he missed one where he ran up in the pocket and threw it over the guy's head. Other than that, he was on point. The stats don't matter. The drops and all that stuff doesn't matter. You got to grade it like a coach. So I thought Mahomes had a great game. I think he doesn't have any weapons. This team is not built to play without Travis Kelce because they don't have. If they didn't have Travis Kelce, they wouldn't have let Tyreek Hill go. They need one alpha, true alpha, and then Mahomes is okay. But he can't play without no alphas. He needs at least one alpha to make the team win. They should have won the game without an alpha. Mahomes to me, is still one of the best quarterbacks. I think Daniel Jones is coming for that, but right now I'm gonna give it Mahomes because he got the silverware. He got the rings. So I think Mahomes had a great game. And Daniel Jones, when you watch quarterbacks have bad games, guys, the reason why you can't say Daniel Jones is gonna have a breakout season because you watching the game as a fan. You just he threw a deep ball and he caught it. It's a lot more that goes into that. I'm watching what he put in that. Is he putting it on the outside shoulder? Was it a jump ball? I watch all of that to make my assessment. And it's just not about the stats. That's why I picked Daniel Jones to have a breakout season this year. Also, that's why I said Russell Wilson wasn't going to be that great last year because he didn't have Pete Carroll. So I look at the game different. I think that's my niche. That's why I can be cutting edge. That's why I can be ahead of the curve because I watch the game as a coach level and I bring it into fantasy football. And I have that niche. Most of the guys that are like coach level guys don't play fantasy football. Usually they go into something else. Look at some of the players like what's some of these guys, they got talent, they got like quarterback view and stuff like that. They don't do what I do. So I just want to tell you, I think Mahomes had a great game. I think he just need another alpha guy. And I think Kadarius Toney is going to be fine going forward. All right, let me see. Marv says, Independence High School, I'm up on game, my guy. Okay, yeah, Independence High School. I'm up on game, my guy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That team was nasty. Now, listen, they didn't want to play Cummins. Cummins had Brandon Tate from the New England Patriots. They had Drew Williamson, the coach from Florida International. They had some athletes. They was like 2A. That would have been a good game. I would have loved to see Independence play against Reedsville, which they had Jerome Simpson or Cummins. Those were the top 3 schools in the state that year. Isaac says, picked up Jaden, sleeper, hold Tony. Yes, hold Tony and pick up Jaden for a sleeper. I agree with that. You can play Jaden in the flex if you have to. Yes, guys, this is the link if you want to join. Big Will, what's up, bro? What's going on, Big Will? And TZ, he says, you give excellent advice, bro, on starting your players with high draft capital over bench or matchups. A lot of people overthink. Yes, I started Gibbs in one league and took the outcome. Yep, that's what it is, Brady. That don't mean it was a bad play. Sometimes a guy might not have a good game. That's okay. You found out what it was. You can't play scared. Thank you, bro, for understanding that. A lot of times people are just so result happy. If it's a bad, if the guy don't score enough points, it was a bad play. No, it wasn't. You got to play. You got to look what's on your team and make a decision and go with the upside and call it a day. Whatever happens, go down with the ship. That's why I always talk about go down with the ship. Great analysis, bro. Great analysis. Listen, guys, I'm gonna post listen, in order to come up, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. In order to come up, you have to be a member and you have to be a Pro Bowl. Sometimes I let rookie crew people come up. But usually, I'm not going to do that. So you at least need to be a Pro Bowl tier. So I'm going to put the link. If you want to come up and chop it up, you're welcome to it. Also, Jay Piff, if you want to come up, you can come up, bro. Jay Piff or Country to God. Okay. Trey says, I drafted Burrow. Okay, hold on. He says, I drafted Burrow, got Herbert in free agency, and want to ride with him. But friend told me he may be injured and has rough starts. He said, I drafted Burrow, got Herbert in free agency. Okay, got Herbert in. Woo, bro, ain't no way Herbert supposed to be in free agency. You going to smash that league. And he says, and I want to ride with him, but friend told me he may be injured and has a rough draft, be injured and has rough starts. Okay. So he said, got Herbert in free agents, and I want to ride with him. So you want to ride with Herbert? Yeah, I would ride with Herbert. I mean, either one of the guys are good, man. But this year, I'm going to go with Herbert over Burrow. This year, I'm going to go with Herbert over Burrow. Dollar Bill says, grass ain't greener. Yes, sir. And then TG says, hit that like button. Yes, sir. Hit that like button, guys. Corey, what's going on, Corey? What's going on, bro? Glad to see you here. He says, everyone drop a like. Keep up the good work. Kenneth Walker or Calvin Ridley as a flex. Kenneth Walker or Calvin Ridley as a flex. I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley this week, and that's because of the matchup. I'm going with Calvin Ridley this week. Usually I don't go with like wide receivers over running backs unless they upper tier guys. But Kenneth Walker's been nursing a growing injury, and I believe Zach Charbonnet might get some carries. So just for this week, brother, I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley because I think this is going to be a Calvin Ridley game. They're going to try to show you what Calvin Ridley has. Now, I didn't draft a lot of Calvin Ridley. The reason why, because I feel like going over the whole season, I got other wide receivers that I think is going to do better, like Jahan Dotson. But Calvin Ridley still is a number one. Don't get it twisted. I just think he's like a top 12, top 14 type wide receiver. I don't think he's top 5 like people was drafting him as. So I will go with Calvin Ridley in PPR. Second take. What's up, bro? He says, second take says, Tony, man, he's lost all his confidence. He will bounce back, though. Yes, he will bounce back. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes to take care of. Second take says, Alec Pierce is going to be a sleeper. Yes, I said what I said. Alec Pierce is going to be a really great sleeper. Okay. And second take says, I would give you full credit. You always were on the Lions. Yeah, I was on the Lions, but that don't mean anything. That game that they won, they got to do a lot more than that, bro. They didn't have Travis. If Travis Kelce would have been out there, they would have beat that team by 14 points. They would have beat the Lions by 14 points. Big Will says, what's up, bro? I appreciate you keeping 100. You a real one. A lot of YouTubers, once they get a couple of subscribers, they start to feel themselves. Not you. Always been personable and truthful. Thank you, bro. And you know what? It backfires on me sometimes. I address comments in the comment section that I shouldn't address sometimes. Guys come and troll me that I thought was my sub, not my friend, but a guy that's been a loyal sub, and all of a sudden they'll turn on me. They'll turn, not because I missed on Amorot. I can understand that, but I'm on something weird. But bro, I'm personable. I'm never going to be bigger than anybody. That's my brand, and that's how I was growing up in life, and that's who I am as a person. I'm not better than anybody. So I appreciate you understanding that, bro. Salute to you. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, guys. This is cutting edge content. Second take says, your Cowboys winning tomorrow. I don't know, bro. And I ain't turning against my Cowboys, but we're going against Daniel Jones, and I don't like it. I do not like. I think the Giants are going to win that division this year. So I think the Giants are going to win that game. I wouldn't bet on that game for the Cowboys. Okay. Charlene says, good luck with your fantasy team this week, TD. Yes. I hope so. I got about, I'm in about like what? 17, 18 leagues. It's a little bit too much. And I'm in some free leagues. And I did that for like this for friends. I'm not doing no more free leagues. I'm not confident. I'm going to give up these teams away. So, guys, maybe this year I might give it to a membership. Maybe I might give you a team of one of my free teams that I got. I might give them away because I gotta attend to the leagues that I got money in, right? Second take says Mark Andrews not likely to play. Likely to the moon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Likely. I talked about likely early. I said he's a sleeper. I like likely. So, guys, I got in a tight end premium league, I got Darren Waller and Andrews, and both of these guys are probably going to be out. I don't care. I'm probably still going to win. That's how I play. I don't care nothing about nobody missing. I don't care nothing about that. Yep, Mr. Anderson said it. Likely. Uh-oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Second Take said, I'm big on JK. And you might be right, man. I'm not big on JK, but JK could probably have a good game. I don't like him playing with Lamar because I feel like Lamar's going to snipe his rushing touchdowns. I don't want a running back that can't get the honey touches. I need you to get the honey touches. And Derek Riley, he said, what up, bro? I think Deuce Vaughn going to be a problem in this league, and you said it. Guys, when I came in high school, I wasn't ranked nationally. I was ranked in the state as far as rushing yards, and I also got running back of the camp at Elon College. I was highly being at the D1 AA schools. They was looking at me, guys like teams like App State, those type of schools, because I was a smaller running back. I was like 5'9", 175, 180, but I ran hard. And so they hated on guys that were smaller. And I always said, size don't matter. Pause. I always said size don't matter. Pause. So now the NFL with the new rules, these smaller running backs are the backs that you want because it's hard for the defense to find them. So to me, size has never been that important. Pause. Lindale says, Ian Rappaport just reported Mark Andrews unlikely to play. Likely to the moon. Mr. Anderson says, likely or Higbee? Likely, easy. Easy likely. Now, I'm not saying the Higbee ain't a good play, but I'm going with likely. That upside. He's fast. Second Take says, I don't know, but Lions division is weak. Of course, but the Lions division is weak. Okay. Also, they had the clutch drive at the end of the game. They did. They fine. They're going to be a solid team. They're going to be solid. I like Green Bay Packers in that division. CHB says Mark Andrews is listed as most likely not to play. Got to go get likely. If I only had a dream. Isaac Moore says, I got Lamar and JK for the rest of the season. Yep. Squeeze that backfield. If you got Lamar, I love to have JK. I love to squeeze. Dollar Bill says, I played CB at MTSU, bruh. CB. Who is CB, bruh? Which guy is that? Who is CB? I know we was talking about guys. Maybe Chris Lee. No. Let me know who CB was. Second Take says, good job, Isaac. And TZ says, got a question. Cole Kmet or Jake Ferguson as a sleeper? Leaning Kmet. I like Kmet too. Second Take says, where is Pretty Richie? It's football season. He's doing his own thing, bruh. He's got his own channel. And Big Will says, likely or Kincaid? I'm going likely over Kincaid. Second Take says, should I drop Bateman and pick up likely? I got Waller at tight end. Don't drop no Bateman. Then drop somebody else, that's fine, but don't drop no Bateman. Then pick up picked up likely. I got Waller at tight end. Now, you're going to have to find another way to pick up likely if you want to, but do not drop Bateman. Excuse me, guys. CHB says, he says, man, I have Musgrave. Should I pivot to likely then? That's a great question. I would say, yeah. It's close, bruh. Tomato. That used to be my saying. Sometimes we're doing tomato picks. What's the difference? Both of the guys got upside. They both they rookies, kind of, likely played 1 year. So I say tomato. But if you ask me to put me in a corner and put a gun to my head, no pun intended, YouTube. I'm going with likely. Dollar Bill says cornerback. Okay. Yeah, I think you told me that. Okay, he said he played cornerback at MTSU. Okay, Middle Tennessee State. Okay, what year, bruh? What year did you play for Middle Tennessee State? Second Take says CB is a cornerback probably. Yeah. I didn't know what he was saying. Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, cornerback. Okay. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that. B Silver in the house. It says likely over Juwan Johnson, 4 PPR. I'm not going to go that far. Now, listen, if you do that, I'm not going to chastise. If you come back to me Monday and say, TD, likely, I played likely and I should have played Juwan, or TD, I told you likely was going to be better, I'm like, bro, you was right. I'm going with Juwan. I drafted Juwan. Likely was way, way down. So I'm not going to go and kill my draft capital. I'm not going to drop my groceries that I went to the store and bought for something on a trash truck. And I'm not calling likely a trash truck, but I got him off the waivers. That's the trash truck. It's the waivers. So no, I'm not going to get nothing from the flea market that I paid from a retail store from. You know what I'm saying? So I'm playing Juwan Johnson over likely. That's just me though. But likely could have a better game. Likely could have a better game. Of course he could. He says over Everett. Yes, I'm playing him over Everett. I know Everett got a great matchup, but I'm still playing both of those guys over Everett. Second Take says, I can drop Reed or Marvin Mims. I might drop Reed. What is that, Jalen Reed? Which Reed is that? I'm not dropping no Marvin Mims, but I might drop Reed. Let me know what Reed you're talking about. So many names, bro. I got so many players up here. Isaac says Garrett Wilson to the moon. Hey, Garrett Wilson's going to be fine. I didn't draft a lot of Garrett Wilson, but that don't mean he ain't no top 5 wide receiver. It's some top 5 wide receivers that I did not want to draft this year for whatever reason. I just didn't feel comfortable drafting them. But that don't mean they ain't going to be top 5. And if Garrett Wilson hit, I'm going to have to tell y'all, like, look, guys, I didn't have any Garrett Wilson. I ain't going to say I was off because I never said that he don't draft him. I'm pretty sure. If I said that, then I will be accountable for that. I got to go through my catalog. But I just wasn't on him this year. But that don't mean that he's not a good wide receiver. This guy's a good wide receiver. I just like certain other wide receivers a little bit better. But that don't mean I'm going to draft. I'm going to draft Brandon Ayuk over Garrett Wilson. If Garrett Wilson is in the second round and that's the best wide receiver available in a full PPR league, yes, I'll draft him. But hopefully I can get another running back, a Saquon Barkley or something there. So, yeah, Garrett Wilson should have a good season if he stays healthy with Aaron Rodgers. Dollar Bill says Middle Tennessee State, 1997 to 2002. So, bro, was you a punt returner? Let me tell you something. Because listen, I just girl in Tennessee, and they went to East Tennessee. I think it was East Tennessee, and this whole to talk to a guy that played Middle Tennessee. He was a cornerback. They used to punt the ball. He didn't catch the ball like this. He caught it with his hands. That was kind of like ironic. They was like, man, yeah, this guy, man, he's really good. He's a top corner, but he catches the ball with his hands on a punt return. He don't catch it with his body. He don't cuff it. So let me know, bro. Was that you? Second Take says, love the analogies. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Second Take says, Reed on Green Bay, the rookie. Yeah, exactly. I would drop him. And go get one of those guys. Yes, that's what I thought you was talking about. And Second Take says 34 people in here, 25 likes. Like up, guys. Yes, get the likes up. Thank you, Second Take. Come on, guys. I didn't went through all the questions now. Let's at least give a like to it helps the video get out in the algorithm. Isaac says I went Garrett over Amon. I feel you. I respect that. I wouldn't have done that. And you could hit on that. I'm not gonna say that's crazy. I see the science to it or whatever. So I'm not gonna chastise you. We all play fantasy different, man, and you got to go with the players that you feel like that you feel good with, right? Don't just pick a player that I tell you. That's my team. But me, I'm going with Amon-Ra over Garrett Wilson every single time. That's just me though. But we shall see, bro. You might have made a better move than I did, but we're gonna see, right? Amon-Ra already got like 19 points, 20 points, 19 points, 23 points. He already. So and they got a tough match. The Jets got a tough match. Hello, just found your channel 3 minutes ago. How often do you go live so I can ask questions? I go live every Saturday and Sunday right now. Every Saturday and Sunday. Yep. Like the picture. I see the picture, bro. I see you. It's Steph, honey. Aladdin says, would you drop Hollywood Brown for Mingo, Reed, or Tony? No, I'm not big. I'm not big on Hollywood, but I'm not dropping it for no Mingo, Reed, or Tony as in today. Now, next week, if one of these guys go off and it looks good, then I might tell you that. But today, no, don't do it. Isaac says, TD like Bill Parcells out here with the groceries. Yeah. You know where I got it from, Isaac. You know where I got that from. I'm a football phenom. I love it. I love those takes. He said, if I buy the groceries, I need to cook it, right? Ain't that what he says? Well, I'm going to cook if I didn't buy the groceries. That's it. He said, how I'm going to make the meal if I didn't buy the groceries? That's what he said. Yes, sir. And Nifty says, Halle Berry is sitting in free agency and Tyson. Yeah, bro. But hey, you ain't gonna never. Hey, you must not want to be a family man because you're gonna be running the streets for the rest of your life, always looking to see what's better. No pun intended. Hey guys, we got to be a little bit safe. I do have female subscribers, so I don't want to be disrespectful towards them. All right, so I'm gonna go through this list real quick, guys, and then I guess I get out of here if we don't have any more questions. Okay, number 1. James Cook. Number 2, DK Metcalf. Number 3, Daniel Jones. Number 4, Antonio Gibson. Number 5, A.J. Dillon. Number 6, B. John Robinson. Number 7, Brandon Ayuk. Number 8, Cam Akers. And number 9, Michael Thomas. And number 10, Zay Flowers. Those guys are monitoring this week because next week, those could be like big-time players. For the ADP value, we're going to know what to do with them, and we're going to feel really good about those players. Now, listen, there's a lot more guys than those 10 guys, but these are 10 guys that I told y'all that I like this week and also the whole year. So if they don't hit, I got to do some reassessment, and we're going to have to come back to the drawing boards. Now, there's only 1 week, so I'm not going to say I'm going to drop these guys, but it's going to show me a lot. All right, guys, I guess I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Y'all guys be safe. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.
Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act. A bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy. I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they trying to finish me, but it just turn me up. Turn me up, Jay. Fresh to death on camouflage. Gotta keep a foot up on their necks cause they might sabotage. I ain't come for peace, I brought the mask, about to terrorize. Step. If you ain't hating, nigga, keep that bullshit to yourself. Get my bop on you niggas. Don't never question if I'm a real nigga. I get a lot for you niggas. Bitch, they thought I was finished, but I got a lot for you niggas. Lil John on them niggas. I'm the bra on them niggas. I'm the hottest in the business. Okay, put me in the mix. I can tell you used to lame niggas that ain't this. Think you coming up a bag, you ain't getting shit. You say wanna fuck, but now she see a nigga lit. Country for life in this bitch. Okay, turn me up. They don't want no smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know alive. I'm married to that money and I keep her by my side. They thought I wouldn't be shit, so why they face look so surprised. You ain't a real nigga, you just pussy in the skies. Whoa, yeah, look at a nigga now. When I put up to the jeweler, I'ma tell that nigga go and bust a dime. Tryna count the money. Damn, homie, I done lost track of their mind. Turn me up, this that hot shit. It was kinda looking like a drought. I don't do this for the clout, bitch. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some bands on it. Okay, turn me up. Do your dance on it. She ain't tryna fuck unless you got some racks on it. Okay, turn me up. They don't wanna smoke, I'm in my bag. Bitch, I'm rolling up. They say this shit hot. Hot, bitch, I'm burning up. Yeah, let's talk some business. Ain't no money, I ain't showing up. Don't know how to act, a bunch of country niggas pulling up. Okay, turn me up. Now they say they want that country shit. Okay, now turn me up. Now they see I be that energy, I make them turn me up. Yeah, I know they tryna finish me, but it just turn me up.
Okay, turn me up, Jay. Okay, turn me up. Jay, bitch, I'm rolling up. Bitch, I'm burning up. Jay, I ain't showing up.